I'm John Bowie from PalmCrest. In this video, we're going to look at a dynamic scheduling tool that links with SAP. We're literally going to show you how to turn hours into minutes with a scheduling tool that enables direct compatibility and bi-directional flow of data. So what I'd like to do now is take you straight into the program and show you some of the features that actually make it work. Okay, so what we're looking at here is Microsoft Project, and PalmCrest have made some adjustments to Project to allow it to interface seamlessly with SAP. And at a glance it looks pretty much the same. You've got your Gantt chart. There's a couple of custom views like Supervisor, that's where we do all our printouts from to make it field friendly. You'll see that in a second. And I'll jump down to the verification view. This is the jewel in the crown. This is the one that tells you whether your data needs to be re-looked at in SAP. It tells you whether things are different in Project as they are in SAP. So we'll have a look at that. Alright, you'll notice that we have the standard toolbars, but we have a schedule management toolbar. And in here, this can be fully customized according to the company's requirements. So they're slightly different for each company depending on how we want to deploy the data. In this case, I'm going to bring in some IW37 data from SAP. I'm just going to grab that. So I'm looking for that data I've stored and I'll bring that in. Now, first thing you'll notice is how quick it comes in. And you'll also notice there's a bit of a gap here in the Gantt, and that indicates to me that, hey, there's zero durations there, or there's zero resources against a duration, which forces that. And straight away I can see, hey, look, we need some replanning here. So I've always said that a schedule is the eyes to the planning, and it can determine whether the planning is good or bad. But we'll talk about that in a later module or video. Okay, so the data's come in and it just brings in the operations, and you're thinking, okay, that's okay. So what do we do with that? Well, we can actually put in the IW38 headers if we want, and I can just go create headers. And you can see here, it puts all the headers in. And so straight away, I can see my work orders with their operations and their headers. The next thing I can do is, if it's a shutdown schedule, I may want to link these in my schedule now rather than use the SAP plan start dates. And particularly if you've got a schedule that's 8,000 operations, that's definitely what you want to do. But what if this is a weekly plan and I already have my plan start dates in SAP? Well, we put a little option there saying bring in the SAP plan start dates, and it says warning, this will put constraints on things and put the SAP plan start dates. So I'll go ahead and click yes, and it gives me a warning that there is an invalid date on line 21 down here. And I can go, okay, well, I'll deal with that in a second. I'll just click OK, and it's put the SAP planned start dates in all the other ones, and it's warned me that line 21's got a problem. And I can deal with that. I can go in and have a look and see what's going on with that. For now, for this exercise, I'll just remove it so we can see what's going on. So we can see here all the data's come in, and I can group it by day, and it puts it in order, and straight away I can see what's happening in those weeks. It also shows me how much work I've got planned for those days right in there, and I can see that easily. So I know if my capacity is 80 hours a day, I'm a bit overcooked on the Monday, well undercooked on the Tuesday, if that's a Tuesday, and I can move this work around to accommodate, and it's very easy to do that. Okay, so let's just imagine it's a week later, and I'm just about ready to print the plan, and I thought, you know, I might go into SAP just to see if there's been any updates before I print the plan. And so I can go back into SAP, and I can go, yes, I do want to do a download. And I'm going to grab data that's a week later, sample B. Click open. I can see something happened down here. I'm not too sure what, but it did bring some data in. But what happened? Well, this is where the verification view comes into its own. So in here, I can clearly see that anything with a red diamond, so the red diamond for short text, it does say workshop readiness mechanical. It used to say workshop readiness, so someone's changed the short text, no big deal. In this case, it isn't anyway, but sometimes I've seen this change from erect scaffold to erect hard barricade, and that might mess up the schedule, so I want to go and investigate. okay, I've had a work center change here and here and here. And I might say, look, I'm cool with that, or I might want to go and challenge it. In this one, someone has changed the duration, and the duration's been changed here. Now in these green ones, these are brand new ones that have come in, and I can see that quite clearly, and they always go to the bottom of my schedule. So what about these black dots? These indicate, both of these indicate that, hey, they were in your first download on Monday, but by the time Thursday came along, they're no longer in the next download, indicating that they're in the schedule, but they're not in the same search parameter for SAP or the revision number. And so I would want to probably go and click on those and go and do a search in the IW38 and find out why they're not in my revision. So literally what I'm looking at here is a tool that turns hours into seconds. As soon as I do another download, it tells me if anything's changed. And then I can go and manage it and then carry on working with my schedule and producing it. So this is how it works with the data coming from SAP into Project. It happens in seconds. It tells me in seconds what's changed. I can go and deal with it, and I can confidently go back and produce my schedule. I hope that's been helpful for you. If you have any questions, just click on our website and contact us, and we'd be happy to show you some more.